The U.S. Supreme Court has suspended Purdue Pharma's bankruptcy reorganization plan that aimed to protect the Sackler family from opioid-related civil claims in exchange for addressing the opioid crisis with up to $6 billion. The court will review the plan and hear arguments in December, following the Biden administration's stance that the family shouldn't receive legal immunity. The Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals initially ruled in favor of the plan, which aimed to allocate funds to opioid-affected states, local governments, and indigenous tribes. Russia's Luna 25 spacecraft, Luna Glob lander, successfully lifted off from the Vostochny Cosmodrome on a Soyuz 21B Fregat rocket. The mission aims to land north of Boguslavsky crater near the Moon's south pole, equipped with scientific instruments and a scooping arm. Apart from testing landing capabilities, it aims to analyze the lunar South Pole's composition, including frozen water, and study cosmic ray and radiation effects on the Moon's surface. The spacecraft will transition from a circular to an elliptical orbit before landing. Thank you for watching. President Joe Biden labeled China a potential threat due to its economic troubles and weak growth. Speaking at a Utah fundraiser, he suggested that such challenges could lead to unfavorable actions. Biden's remarks echoed his June comments, which drew criticism from China. The country's consumer sector has experienced deflation, and factory gate prices continue to decline. Meanwhile, the U.S. economy has grappled with high inflation and a robust labor market. Biden's recent executive order limiting U.S. investment in sensitive Chinese technologies has also escalated tensions. Thank you for watching. A Georgia family has filed a medical malpractice lawsuit against Dr. Tracy Street Julian in Southern Regional Medical Center, claiming gross negligence and emotional distress. The suit alleges that the doctor used excessive force during childbirth, resulting in the decapitation of the baby. The lawsuit cites delayed surgical intervention and seeks justice for the tragic incident, with the family's attorney emphasizing the severity of the case. The lawsuit also involves other defendants and entities related to the medical facility. Thank you for watching. Craig DeLue Robertson, a former active-duty airman, engaged in a shootout with FBI agents in Utah. The FBI sought to arrest him for making threats against President Joe Biden and other officials on social media. Robertson had served in the U.S. Air Force during the Vietnam War and later worked as an inspector before retirement. The confrontation occurred hours before Biden's visit for a veterans-related event. Robertson's social media posts and videos depicting him in a ghillie suit raised concerns. Thank you for watching. Federal prosecutors aim to begin the trial against Donald Trump, accused of 2020 election interference, on January 2, 2024. The trial's evidence presentation is expected to last 4 to 6 weeks, possibly affecting Trump's involvement in the early days of a presidential election year. Prosecutors assert the public's constitutional right to a speedy trial, while Trump objects and claims First Amendment protection. Judge Tanya Chutkan will decide the trial's start date, with Trump's team set to respond next week. The U.S. investment ban targeting China's sensitive technologies, resembling de-risking, indicates Western nations' attempts to mitigate security vulnerabilities, drawing lessons from past Russia-related challenges. With a focus on tensions surrounding Taiwan, the measures are seen as preemptive steps against potential conflicts. Analysts highlight the geopolitical complexity and potential consequences of any conflict involving Taiwan. China's response to the investment ban includes accusations of economic coercion, as tensions remain high between Beijing and Washington. U.S. suicide deaths reach record high. CDC data shows disturbing increase in 2022. Provisional data from the CDC reveals that the U.S. experienced a record 49,449 suicide deaths in 2022, marking a 5% increase from the previous high in 2018. The suicide rate, at 14.9 deaths per 100,000 people, reflects a 10% jump over 2 years, despite a brief decline in 2019 and 2020. Firearms were implicated in over half of the suicides, while the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline faces awareness challenges despite handling millions of contacts. The Biden administration has appealed to Congress for over $13 billion in emergency defense aid to Ukraine and $8 billion for humanitarian support through year-end. The request includes $12 billion for U.S. disaster funds, border enforcement, and combating fentanyl trafficking. A $40 billion package, it faces a divided political landscape, with growing GOP skepticism on the war and Ukraine's counteroffensive. The White House aims for bipartisan backing, by including domestic funding priorities. Supportive Senate sentiments clash with Republican caution in the House. Officials report 17 new fatalities. Governor cites communication challenges in unaccounted residents. The Hawaiian island of Maui is grappling with its worst disaster as death toll hits 55 due to raging wildfires. The toll is predicted to increase as 1,000 individuals remain unaccounted for, hindered by communication breakdowns, amid widespread destruction of over 1,700 structures in Lahaina. Thank you for watching.